It's that time of year again, guys. The holidays are upon us, and there is no better way to kick them off than by unboxing this year's Mini Racers Advent Calendar. Very excited to get into this one. Not so sold on what the box is presenting us with, but I'm looking forward to delving in and seeing what it actually has to offer. There are a couple package variants for this calendar, and this calendar has the most retail availability than any calendar in the past. So got a lot to talk about, really pumped. And yeah, guys, it's actually super fitting because the first snowfall is happening as we speak. I know you might be watching this in the future. You'll probably be watching this from a completely different location. Maybe it's even sunny and 85 degrees, but for me, it just feels right to record this on this day. So let's take a closer look here. This is obviously a pretty big set. I got this on Amazon months ago because for whatever reason they put it up for sale in like June or July. But this package variant, retro reimagined for the Disney 100th anniversary, has just come out at Target stores now. You'll kind of find it in odd locations in Target. Might be by the holiday section on a cart, might be on a shelf, maybe closer to the toy section. Who knows? I found mine on like an aisle cart by the holiday section. Almost missed it, but I believe it was on a cart with a bunch of other advent calendars. I picked it up because I really do like this package with the cartoon McQueen there and the wrapping paper border. Let's take a look at the back here. So yeah, retro reimagined, all for the Disney 100th anniversary. And I'll quickly show you the back of this one. Let's not, yeah, so the backs are completely different, right? They show the same thing at the end of the day. Like they contain the big image and the small image, but in different ways. I really actually like how this back looks. That one's a little bit boring with the white background. Either way, let's take a look at what the one we're going to be opening here says on the front. So 25 days, of course, one for each day of a Christmas, leading up to Christmas, starting December 1st, 25 play pieces, so one per day. Sometimes there's been 26 or sometimes 24, and they show you a couple different ways you could lay it out, a little more spread out or in this tower setting, so we'll do both. And on the back, it shows you a bunch of other ways. You know, you could kind of stack them like that, back to back to back, and then again, spread out. Lots of cool accessories. I do believe this dock is new. That's a new mini racer, but these three, McQueen, Mater, and Sally, are re-releases. Would have been cool if they finally did like the Wii Who Winter Mater or Reindeer Mater, but they've always just done a snowy regular Mater because it's kind of odd. They do the holiday version of McQueen, the holiday version of Sally. They've done the holiday versions of the other cars as well. So a little strange to me, but either way, we're going to dive right on in, start unboxing this bad boy. 4 vehicles, so that is good to know. They'll probably space out the vehicles, and those are a little bit bigger ticker items. I know they always start December 1st off with kind of like a boring cone. I bet December 1st will be a cone. That is going to be my formal prediction. But yeah, let's just get this wrap off of the top here, and then we will be in business. But yeah, what are you guys doing for the holidays? Any trips planned? Any gatherings planned? Are you hosting? It's that time of year where we gotta start talking about this stuff, you know? Start a conversation down in the comments. I'll respond back to you if it's appropriate. I respond to almost all my comments if they are appropriate. So now that we don't have that annoying reflection as well, let's dive right on in with day one here. And it's not a cone. Wow, they actually start you off with a bang with the Holiday McQueen. If I can get it out of there. Oh my goodness gracious. Not too worried about this one though. I think this might be my third Holiday Hotshot Mini Racer McQueen because they've included him in like the last 3 advent calendars. But we'll do a comparison. All right, so that's day 1. Day 2 is right below it here, and it's a big one. So it must be some sort of building piece. And it is. It is a part of the Courthouse, or yeah, the Mini Racer version of the Courthouse. That's pretty cool. Would be more fitting, I think, if they included red in this one. I know they did red last year. But yeah, that's kind of cool. And that is a new piece to this year's set. Day 3 is a huge triangular tab. And it's some track. All right. Man, they make it really difficult to get this out of there, though. There we go. So this year's track is green. They kind of change it up every year. White, black. At the beginning, I remember that was like when they didn't even make these look Christmassy. Like back in 2018, 2019, I believe they were just kind of like regular advent calendars. They weren't even meant to be Christmas designed. Excuse me. But yeah, kind of a big way to start off 1, 2, and 3. I really thought we'd be getting a cone. Anytime now, though, I'm expecting a cone, but not going to be day 4. Another humongous tab here to open. Probably another track piece if you're asking me. And man, this is not perforated well because everything's tearing apart. But yes, another track piece, and it's a slightly different curve with an insert there for one of the buildings. All right, day number 5. Where are you? You're at the bottom here, and man, it looks like another track piece. It's kind of weird. If you actually do this every day, you've had a boring 3 days. You've had 3 track pieces that you can't really do a whole lot with. I mean, I guess you can now connect them and have a little bit of a circle, but yeah, that's a little strange to me. I feel like they should have spaced that out a little bit. It's cool starting with McQueen and then going to the track, but that's just a lot of track right there. I think a cone is definitely in store here for day 6, wherever day 6 may be. Oh, no, my God. No way they're doing another track piece. That is nuts. Oh, my God. A little spoiler there because of how poorly this is perforated. I'm not even, like, aggressively tearing. This is just, yeah, kind of a poor design in the sense that I can't even get this out of there as well. But, yes, okay, great. Another track piece. So, don't love that. Like I said, 3 was already a lot. I don't know why you don't space that out a little bit. But let's move on to day 7. Right here, small little cubby, and that's Doc. So this is going to be your only new mini racer vehicle of the calendar. And I was a little skeptical with it because I don't like that the wreath is just painted on. And yeah, I really actually don't like that at all. It looks so tacky and weird. Like, who paints a wreath on their hood? Why not just have an actual wreath? Maybe that's what they're going for here, but I don't like this at all. I do love the wheels, though, the red with the white snowy base and all that. That looks cool, but I am not a fan of that hood design in the slightest. Sorry, guys, just don't like it. 8 is right above. This has to be a cone. No! Still no cone. It is a little toolbox here, a red toolbox. Unspecified, but definitely for Lightning McQueen because it's red. But yeah, too bad they don't put a little Rust-eze logo on there like they do on the full-scale versions. But anyways, moving on to day 9, another small cubby. And yes, here is our cone. Let's go. Our cone has finally arrived. So this cone, we're going to have to compare it to the ones in the accessory packs that they just released over the course of the last year. But I can already tell you this is a lighter shade of orange and it's a little bit more bendable. So yeah, we'll have to do a comparison there. Then day 10 over here, another small cubby. And we have some gas pumps. See, now they've done 3 small cubbies in a row after all that track. I just don't understand why you don't mix that up a little bit. And it's the easiest thing to do as well. You literally just change the numbers on the box. I am baffled at the selection of the order for this, the sequence of the items. But yeah, here you have gas pumps. I believe they did do something like this last year. So that isn't anything too crazy new. So now we're on to day 11, another small cubby. Watch it be another cone. Nope, it's barrels now. This has to be one of the most uncreative sequencing of the days ever. But these are kind of cool barrels. I do like them. I wish there was a little bit more like contrast to them instead of just being bright red. But I mean, what are you going to do? These are mini racer advent calendar parts. They aren't going to be the most detailed things in the world. So I do like that. I don't think we've gotten that exact piece before. But yeah, they literally just batched all the track together, batched all the small items together. Of course, they had to do the obligatory McQueen first. Not a fan of it so far, but here we have day 12, a bigger cubby. And it is Flo's VA Cafe. A thick piece for her building. This will be interesting. I really hope it stacks well because it doesn't look great when it's probably not stacked because of these like tabs on the roof, you know what I mean? I know they show you that you could display it like that, but those tabs on the roof just look a little unnatural. So I think my way of displaying this will be stacked. I hope it looks good because, yeah, I feel like this is going to be one of the weaker sets. Here we go, 13, a humongous piece up here of track. So yeah, this looks like almost two of the pieces welded together. That's how big this one is. All right, 14. Let's move right along here. Where are you? Down here. Another big one. Where is the tab? There it is. Oh my God, yes. Wouldn't have expected anything different than the exact same item we just got the day before. So, oh my goodness, guys. Who decided the sequencing of this? This is god awful. I'm sorry. I am sorry to be a downer in a nice holiday video, but I tell it how I see it, and I'm not seeing day 15. Oh, here we go. 15 was the one that we kind of accidentally opened before, and it is another Snowy Mater, so this is probably my third or fourth one at this point because they've included it in like the last couple sets, or maybe 3 of the last 4 at this point. Something along those lines. Don't love it, but it's obligatory at this point, like McQueen. All right, 16 up top here. Cone. Tires. All right. A small little, I like this actually. This is kind of cool. Not snowy, surprisingly, but a set of 3 different tires stacked upon each other with a nice hubcap there. It looks pretty cool. I feel like we've almost seen that type of rim on cars before, but yeah, that's actually really nice. I like this because you could use it in other displays that aren't Christmassy, so I'm a fan of that. Now we need to find 17 first, less I can count. All right, here we go. Oh, some more gas pumps. That's a little interesting. Didn't think they would do that many gas pumps in this. Do they? Yeah, I guess they do show gas pump there, gas pump there. Just, that's odd. I don't know. Do we really need 2 sets of gas pumps? Anyways, moving on to day 18. Cone. Blue tires. That's a little weird. I guess it does show it on the box. I should have expected it. But, so yeah, we just got the black set. Now we have a blue set. Very weird. I would have expected like a white set, if anything, you know, to be snowy tires, but they went with blue. All right, I guess. Cool, maybe. I don't know. That's very weird. Day 19. Man, look how badly perforated that is. Or I guess, is it supposed to open like that? I don't know. We have the cozy cone, or at least one of them, one of the cozy cones. I do like this though. Again, it's a new building piece we haven't seen before. We've seen buildings or pieces to resemble flows in the past, but not Sally's here. So that's really cool. I would not be the least bit surprised if the next car is Sally, although they might want to save that. No, I don't know. What will be the 25th day? It's either going to be like the piston cup or that wreath. That wreath is actually a pretty cool piece. I feel like we're due for another cone here, though, at day 20. Let's find day 20. Nope, day 20 is a big one. And it's another track piece that I will probably not be able to get out of the package. Oh, my goodness gracious. So much for trying to save this one. Good thing I have another. Save this packaging, that is. So there is your day 20 track piece. Day 21. This looks like Sally here. This got Sally written all over it. Yep. It was a perfect shape for her. So this is Snow Day Sally, a really nice mini for sure, but yeah, I'm like 99% sure they've already done this one in a previous advent calendar, and we will do a comparison here once I get everything on the table, but there is Sally. All right, next up for day 22. Over here, this has to be a cone, no? It's either a cone or the wreath. It's a cone. Exactly the same as before, so we'll just move right along to day 23, which probably is going to be that wreath. Like, so we need the wreath, we need the piston cup. What else do we need? More barrels, maybe? I guess. Probably more barrels. Yes, more barrels. Love it. And man, this whole packaging is just coming apart. There we go. So instead of 3, or instead of 2 lined up, it is 3 lined up. If we could focus, please. They look, yep, are they the same size? They look maybe slightly taller. But yeah, I guess that's kind of cool. Would have been nice maybe if they gave it a different color. But yeah, there you go. Some more barrels. And now moving on to day 24 and 25. This has to be the wreath down here. Sure enough, it is. Man, that is a small wreath. Oh my God, is it getting lost in the box? There we go. I got it. Wow, that is a small wreath right there. But that's pretty cool. This is a brand new piece. They've never done anything really like this before, a tire wreath. So that's pretty cool. And it goes right on Sally's main cone here. It should. Bro. Bro. Oh, I'm going at it upside down. That's why. There we go. That looks pretty cool. Nice. Excited for this piston cup, though. And it is staring us dead in the eye right here. Oh, my goodness gracious. This is a small piston cup. Oh, Jesus. All right. Here you guys go. Merry Christmas. You have a piston cup that will go on Sally's roof. Doesn't have much detailing. It is super small. We'll compare it to a couple other piston cups they've done in the past, even ones in these calendars. And yeah, it's not nearly as metallic looking, as gold looking as the package indicates. It's supposed to be like a star, you know, like a Christmas tree. And it doesn't really look like that. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I'll be right back with this cleaned up and we'll start putting it all together. All right, I got everything laid out here haphazardly because we together are going to put it all together. First though, I want to do those comparisons that I alluded to while we were unboxing everything. Starting off with the cones. So here are a couple previous cones. We have the one from the accessory pack I just reviewed a couple days ago. We have one from one of the movie moments packs, or singles rather, from like 2016, 2017. And then here are the two that we just took out of the advent calendar. So they're definitely more like these ones because they're a lot more bendy. Like you could bend this around, and it's a little harder plastic than this for sure. Like this is way squishier. See how I'm squishing it like that? You can't really do that with these ones, and you definitely can't do it with the hard, rigid cones from the accessory packs. And I don't know, I mean, it's definitely comes down to personal preference, which you prefer. I do kind of like the hard ones, but if you were to step on it, you would be in pain. So yeah, that is the cone story for you. We'll just make sure we keep those separate. Then I wanted to do the comparison on the minis themselves. So here's our new Lightning McQueen. Here's one of the previous ones, and it actually came with a snowplow one of the past years, and one of the better advent calendars. I think that year also had a snowball and the snow car, like the snowman car. And we'll talk about how this stands up or kind of compares to all those other packs or the calendars of the past. But right now, as you can see, they are pretty much identical. You might see a smidgen paint difference or a snow detailing difference here or there, but in large part, they are the same. Mattel is not intending any differences from year to year on McQueen here. So there is that. Let's get the snowplow back on my guy because that was just such a cool inclusion. All right, so then we have Mater. Now Mater here, again, is pretty much the same. This is the new one. This is one of the older ones. Really wish they did Weehoo Winter Mater or Reindeer Mater. Would have been so cool to get a mini of that, and I definitely know it's within their capabilities. I definitely think so. It wouldn't probably be quite as cool as the 155 scale version, but they definitely, and they probably should have done that to spruce up this pack that is already struggling to stand out. And then here you have Sally, the third re-release of the pack. We got Sally last year. I think they all start to kind of drag together, especially the last 2 years. There was like the snowy one, then they did gingerbread, and then now we have the green type track. But anyways, yeah, Sally for the third time in a row here now is identical. I do not see any notable differences worth mentioning, but yep, she's back. I like her though. Like, she's a great mini. Like, I'm so glad they did Snow Day Sally instead of just a snowy regular Sally, which is what they have done with Mater, just a snowy regular Mater. So I really do like that. But it just doesn't cut it. And certainly Doc doesn't here. They have a beautiful Christmas Doc they could have done. Decked Out Doc Hudson. He's got the snow or the Santa hat. He's got a wreath on his hood. And they cheaped out big time here. They just painted a wreath on his hood. Now, I love the tires and the wheels and the snow around him. That's a big win for sure. R48 means that he was made during the 48th week of 2023 at the... Actually, 48 is 2022. Wow. Yeah, that makes sense though, because like I said, this came out in June on Amazon. So yeah, that was made pretty much over a year ago at this point. Kind of nuts. But yeah, comparing him to the regular mini Doc, you can see he has a slightly different expression in the eyes. Can't really see what's going on with his mouth there because it's all snowy. But yeah, I mean, definitely has some different parts to him now and all that. And the Hudson Hornet decal is actually like way fatter. See how thin it is there? And now it's like, that looks ugly. What the heck happened there? Oh my goodness gracious, that looks gross. But yeah, I guess it's nice that they at least did something new in terms of the mini racers themselves, but usually, I mean, we can expect like 1 to 2, maybe even more than that, new minis. Like last year, I think we had Luigi and Red and Flo, and then, you know, that one year we had the Snowman car, which was the coolest thing ever, probably one of the coolest parts they've ever put in these sets. And this year, I'm not feeling the magic. So yeah, and then the last comparison is that piston cup. So let's see if I can remove it. Oh, easy peasy. So here's your tiny little piston cup that's supposed to be a golden star on the top of this tower. Well, it's not very metallic at all, especially when you consider the previous piston cups that we've gotten over the course of the last decade plus. 2009, they did piston cups with your main racers, even Dynaco McQueen. This happens to be the King's piston cup, as you can see by the text there. And it's beautiful. You know, it has detailed text, black base, and then, of course, the golden metallic trophy itself. So that looks really cool. And it's not even like they can't do that anymore. They did this in a previous advent calendar just a couple years ago, and it looks really cool. Like, I know it's not the most detailed in the world. It doesn't have piston cup super readable up there, and it doesn't have any text on the base, but that's fine with me because it's not supposed to be for anyone specifically. This was in an advent calendar just a few years ago, and the fact that now we have moved on to this piece of, excuse my language, crap. I don't like it. This is what we got last year, and I guess, yeah, at least this one's a little bit more size accurate, but this one ain't great either. And it's a weird, nasty, snot mustard color. So that's not great. Now the factory customizers know how to make a good piston cup. Look at this thing. Clearly eligible piston cup, metallic gold, and it's actually die-cast metal. All these other ones are plastic. So you know what? Maybe counterfeits aren't so bad because I just don't like this at all. But it's our star, guys. That is our star on our Christmas tree, whether you like it or not. All right, now let's put everything together. We're going to do the tower because I think that just looks the best, you know? And it might require that we change up the camera elevation here. You know what? Let's just do everything kind of as is for now, and then we'll see what we have to do. Man, I am so confused. Of course, there are no instructions here. Each building has a specific base piece, of course, obviously. I feel like, all right, we're going to start with the bottom here, which has to be reds, right? Has to be reds. Nope, that certainly ain't gonna be it. Man. Wait, so maybe it is just like this. No, that can't be it, though. It can't be that close together. No, that's not it. I feel like we need like a middle piece here of some sort, but I know it's not this. We'll need this in a bit. This is like for the top. I think this is for the very, very top, actually. Yeah, this is for the cozy cone. So at least we can get that going. Yeah, so that's that. They want you to put the 2 red barrels on the one side, and they want you to put a cone on the left side. Okay, so at least we're somewhat capable. We got the roof fully assembled. That should narrow things down a little bit for us. Maybe now I should be able to figure out this. Although don't count on it. I might have to cut because I'm being so incapable right now. Nope. Nope. That's not it either. I feel like, yeah, these obviously are like opposite of each other. And it's like, that all goes together. Like that feels right, okay? So maybe this is the base here. This is where we put, all right, we're making some headway. And then do these really just go together like this? It doesn't really look like that's how it goes. I feel like there's a bigger space in between, but all right, I think we're good. I think we managed to get everything together by some stroke of luck there. I do kind of like the idea of putting like these things on the side though, like as some kind of cool ancillary accessories. That does kind of feel cool. So that's supposed to go there. This blue tire set is supposed to go here. Another cone on the right side here. If I can get on there. The cones don't fit super great. And then this is supposed to go there. And then this is supposed to go, I guess, just on the ground. It doesn't really, I mean, you could put it on there if you really want. And yeah, we have, oh, yep, the cone came off of that because the cones just, they don't really go on these things super great. Oh, you do have to kind of wedge them in there. And then this doesn't really have anything designated for it either. So let me elevate the camera here a little bit so we could start to stack these bad boys. All right, we did it. This is how it's supposed to look all stacked up. Super unique. They've never really done anything like this, so I'm a big fan of it. It's like a Christmas tree, but also a stacking tower playset. Again, like I said, just very unique and distinct when you compare it to the previous calendars they've done. So I'm a huge fan of that. I don't understand though why they would do flows and the courthouse when they don't actually put flow or red in this calendar, or maybe even sheriff would have been better. They could have done their first version of a Christmas sheriff, but it just does feel weird because they did do a Christmas flow and a Christmas red last year, and I would almost show you guys them. It probably would look pretty cool, but I don't want to give Mattel that credit. Like they didn't think about that, so I don't want to give them any credit that they don't really deserve, because at the end of the day, I still do believe like this is the worst Mini Racers Advent Calendar they've done. And they started doing them in like 2017 or 2018, so there are quite a few now, so that does kind of say a lot. Here is 2 years ago, the Flow storefront that they did. All snowy, of course. Here was last year's. It was like a gingerbread kind of cupcake type of vibe. So there was that. And I liked all that because they had some other really cool parts to it. Like this Christmas tree was awesome. That was a nice element to it. They did that 2 years in a row. Here was last year's Christmas tree. Or maybe that was, whatever. One way or the other. And then here was one of the gas pumps that they had done, by the way. So a little bit different, a little bit bigger, but still same type of vibe. This is way more solid. As you can see, this is completely hollow. This feels a little bit more worth the money. But yeah, guys, certainly disappointed in this one. I knew it going in, though. I wasn't expecting great things. I guess it is cool they did do some different storefronts this year, like the cone up there and the courthouse, because they had really spammed flows in Luigi Casadella tires over the last couple years. So it's definitely nice to see that. I really, looking back on some of the sets they've done, they did some really cool things with some of those piston cups, the presents that they did in the last couple. I don't know. I just feel like this one's a little bit of a letdown, but at least it has the cool stacking feature going for it. Like I definitely think that keeps it in contention of being, a somewhat decent set. Although, when you want to like kind of undo it and maybe line it up like I had shown you guys, like everything comes kind of crashing down like that. But it does easily, stack, or kind of the opposite of stacking. Like you could kind of trail it pretty easily like this. And there you have another way of displaying it. So I think I will display it as the towering thing just because it's less spacious. But yeah, what the hell do you guys think about this set? Is it a disappointment? I'm still waiting for the day where they do a really cool tire Christmas tree or a cone Christmas tree, because even the ones I just showed you were cool, but they don't have the detail that they really could. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think. Will you be picking this up? If you see it, have you done it already? Will you open it day to day, or will you just open it all at once like we did here? Let me know in the comments below. Enjoy the holiday season. I'll see you guys soon for another video. Bye now.